By the right of the council, by the will of the force. Welcome back to another episode of the Galaxy Famous Clip Show Approved Jedi Talk Podcast. Yeah. You are following us at Jedi Talk Podcast on Instagram, youtube.com/Jedi Talk, where we brought video back last week, and it's not there this week. Because yes, this is a clip show. This is a random, call it a best of, but every show of Jedi Talk is a best of. That woman's out of the park. Thank you very much. I'm here every Friday evening. Please try the veal. Tip your staff. But I am MeTOMicA. You are here. I'm on the High Council. The regular council's not with me today because I'm just going to take you through, like I said, these random clips. Just something together. Brad and Tom this week, we just could not get together. Just wanted to take a week off too. You know, life happens. You know, this is a hobby of ours. We do not get paid for it, believe it or not. Who's going to pay us to be this stupid? But take you back on a little bit of a memory. There's going to be... you're going to hear from a show with just Brad from 2019. You're going to hear from lots of just myself, Evan, and Brad. You know, that was the bulk of Jedi Talk. So I'm going to shut up. Just enjoy the idiocy. You know, sit back and forget about whatever else is going on in the fucking world. You know, fuck all that nonsense. Listen to Jedi Talk. Listen to us be stupid. And listen to us from way back in 2024. We... did our very first panel, the three of us together. This is the second time this specific panel was done at 2024 Megacon. Jedi Talk presented the Jedi Talk original panel, the beauty of Batuu, the hidden secrets and details of Galaxy's Edge. Now take a listen to a bit of it because it was a shit ton of fun to do at Megacon. And we hope to do it again. So here, check us out from Megacon.
By the right of the council, by the will of the force. Hello, everybody. How the hell's your Megacon going? Come on! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. We are Jedi Talk, and welcome to the beauty of Batuu, the hidden details and secrets of Galaxy's Edge. I am one of the co-hosts of Jedi Talk, Tom Oakrey, and joining me as always here on the regular council today is to my left. Had to pull him away from the Lego room next door to us. Evan T. Boucher. Evan, how the heck are you today?
Adiga and good journey, everybody. That's right. I almost stayed over in the Lego room, but, you know, I had business to do for once in my life. So I came over here.
And to his left, our other co-host here on the council this fine afternoon. He almost didn't make it because he turned Cool Runnings on Disney Plus before showing up here. Brad Hughes. Brad, how the heck are you today?
What's up, man? I'm good. Megacon? Wrong Star Wars. Wrong Star franchise.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, I'm doing good. It's been a good time. I've seen a lot of really cool cosplay. You guys are crushing it.
You're looking great out there.
I'm jealous. I am not talented like that at all. So I'm very jealous of anyone who can pull off cosplay. He knows. Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be a good time.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So let's go ahead and jump on into this. So this panel is called The Beauty of Batuu, the hidden details and secrets of Galaxy's Edge. I'm assuming everyone in this room has at least heard of Galaxy's Edge, but has everyone been to Galaxy's Edge?
There we go. That's all we like to see. That's all we like to see.
I got another question for you. Who has been on the Halcyon? All right.
Guilty as charged.
Who didn't raise their hands, make sure you stay till the end. We got some cool stuff to talk about the Halcyon, so we're going to get into that too. But this is the beauty of Batuu. So this panel came to me a few years ago when I was doing Star Wars Celebration, and I wanted to talk about this because it was kind of new at the time still. And I was in Anaheim. And the reason that what inspired this was I wanted to kind of put into words the moment I felt when they finally announced Galaxy's Edge. I was so excited. It was like the worst kept secret in all of Disney. Everyone knew it was coming, but no one knew what it was going to be. And I think what it turned out to be was way different than what any of us expected it to be. You know, they could have gone down this road of like, we're just going to make the Mos Eisley Cantina, we're going to do something else, but they decided to build a brand new world and immerse us all into this brand new world of Batuu, and I think they did a great job. And of course, they had to like kind of lovingly shoehorn this into canon. And so that first thing we're going to talk about from Galaxy's Edge are the first mentions of canon. The very first time we saw Galaxy's Edge Batuu in canon was from the amazing novel Thrawn Alliances by Timothy Zahn. And this Easter egg was so cool because they were able to replicate the blaster marks inside of Oga's Cantina. I think, Evan, it is the second booth when you walk in.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Everyone here probably knows that pretty well, especially us three. We go to Oga's quite a lot.
Don't say we.
Who's read this? Who's read this book?
Yeah, that's what.
It's a
Great.
great
If you
book.
haven't,
He is a
check it out.
fantastic author.
One of the best.
One of the best Star Wars books. And again, this is the first introduction of anything Batu into Star Wars canon. By the way, we also want to say this. This is by no means a completely comprehensive list of everything and every single Easter egg. These are just kind of our favorites and stuff that we wanted to share with you guys.
They only give us 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Not 45 days.
No joke, this panel used to be an hour. We had to cut some stuff out. So
You got a minute and a half.
a minute and a half.
Muppet Vision.
Move on to the next panel here. Who has read the Galaxy's Edge comics? They are so cool.
There we go.
They are so low.
I knew I liked you.
There are a ton of references in these comic books, obviously, but my favorite was the one where they introduced Ronto wraps before the park opened, and they made them like dirty, gross street food. I thought it was like such a cool thing.
You're making
Something
me
that's
hungry.
so good, right?
Stop.
Something that's so good. They like made like nobody wants it. It's cheap crap food. No one wants it, and they're still $14, of course. But
They're not cheap, but they are good.
there's plenty of stuff. I urge anyone to either, if you have read them, go back and read these. They're fantastic. If you haven't read them, seek them out. They are fantastic comics, and they'll just dive you deep into Galaxy's Edge. Another one of the references from this is this is interesting. I don't know how many people actually who haven't read the comics know this, but Doc Sarlacc inside of the Den of Antiquities was given to Doc Ondar by Han Solo and Chewbacca. Does anyone know the name of the Sarlacc?
Didn't
No.
know we were going to stump everybody that quick.
You can now flex with your friends. His name is Simpy.
Yep.
His name is
Isn't
Simpy.
that adorable?
It's cute.
And I don't know if you guys didn't know that, you might not know about the Ghostbusters reference on this container. Does anyone know about the Ghostbusters? Who's a Ghostbusters fan in here?
Yo, yeah.
We're in the
there we
right
go.
place for sure. So if you look on this container inside of Doc Ondar's at Galaxy's Edge, and I think it's at Disneyland as well. I don't think it's just at Disney World. I think it's at Disneyland too. If you look on the red container on the side of it, you will see like some markings. Did I put it in there? No, I didn't. There's some markings on the side, and it's actually the symbols on the proton pack wand are on the canister of this. So if next time
So
you're there, if
cool.
you're a Ghostbusters fan, go check it out. It's
So
pretty
cool. Well, we'll never know.
We'll never know.
We'll never know. Let's move on to this one. So this is a book called Crash of Fate by Zoraida Cordova. We actually got to interview her on the podcast. She was amazing. This book is awesome. It's kind of a love story. So there's not really, like, it's not a Star Wars as you kind of think in your head, like what a Star Wars novel would be. It's a little different. But the thing they did really good with this, or what she did really well with this novel, is expanding Batu as a planet and not just the one thing you focus on when you're at Galaxy's Edge, Black Spire Outpost. There are 3 cities that are referenced in this book. One of them is Pika, the other is Galma, and the last is Sarabat Valley. And this was my favorite part of this book. I freaked out, literally freaked out when I heard this.
I remember the call.
I probably did call
And the
it.
texts.
There is illegal pod racing that takes place on Galma, and I am, she knows.
We won't mention it
I
anymore.
am
sorry.
I'm a big pod racing fan. I was 10 when episode 1 came out, so anything pod racing, I'm there for, and this made me so excited.
Oh, yeah. Right into the theme song. You like that every single time. That's just my machine being quick to jump to the next thing once that clip's over. But that Megacon panel is so much fun, or was so much fun. Check it out on the full 45 minutes on our YouTube, youtube.com/Jedi Talk, or the audio back in February of 2024. Is actually, we released that for our podcast day episode when we talked to Lucien Meyer in 2024, and then we released that whole episode. So, yeah, I'm just going to jump right into the next clip. Brad mentioned that Jedi Talk interviewed author of Crash of Fate, Zoraida Cordova. Here is a clip of that.
Evan is running late because Orlando traffic is terrible, so he will not be joining me, at least right now, for this part of the show. But on the phone, we have the amazingly talented Zoraida Cordova, who is one of my new favorite authors. She wrote the book Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Crash of Fate. Welcome to the show. Zoraida, how are you?
Oh, thank you so much. I'm great.
Glad to have you on. I met you at Star Wars Celebration, and I remember I nerded out with you, me and my old co-host Alex. I was like, I can't believe you're writing a Galaxy's Edge book. This is so exciting. I honestly didn't even know about it until then. And I'm usually pretty in the loop with all that kind of stuff, and I had no idea that this book was even coming.
I think we announced it at Celebration, or no, we announced it before that. I think the cover reveals were at Celebration. Yeah,
that's right. That cover is amazing, by the way. I love the cover of that book.
So good. Matt Griffin is the illustrator, and he recently did artwork for the new Dune repackage, which is beautiful.
Nice. Very talented, very, very talented. So I have a few questions. I've always wondered how this process works.
Sure.
So when you're coming up with the idea for this book, does Lucasfilm or Disney Imagineering approach you and say, hey, we want you to do this story for this land? Or do you go, hey, I have a story that would fit into this land?
So I've heard that also works for some other authors. They're like, I have this pitch, and they pitch Lucasfilm. But for me, specifically, Lucasfilm asked me if I wanted to write a YA teen romance set on the world of Batuu, and invited me to pitch for them. So I sent them my pitch for the story, which would become A Crash of Fate. And I had a kind of a list of a bunch of pitches, and they went with the first one. So I was lucky I didn't have to do all the others. I can't even remember what the other ones were, because I was like, if they don't like this one, I guess I have some backups, but I really, really want this version of it.
That's awesome. I was always curious about that. Like, I could see them being like, hey, we want to wedge this in. But the thing I love about the book is that it just kind of feels organic. It doesn't feel like that, Disney Imagineering was like, hey, we need to figure out the backstory for this. Go write it. And then let us know how it goes, and we'll work it into the land. I just always loved how organic the story felt.
Yeah, and I think that one of the wonderful things about Star Wars is that they constantly want to expand all of the universes that are explored, right? And so for Galaxy's Edge, it was almost natural to have novels set on the world, because not everyone's going to get the opportunity to go to Orlando or to go to Anaheim and visit it right away. So what about the people who like want a little bit of a taste of this but aren't able to fly over yet? It's like not it's not supposed to feel wedged in, which is good that you feel that way. But it's like we're adding to these stories, and we're talking about Delilah's book Black Spire talks about how the Resistance sets up their base there, and my book gives you an insight of how the locals live and how they're impacted by the First Order and Resistance.
It's awesome. I actually kind of wish that I had a chance to read both of these books before I went to Galaxy's Edge, because I feel like it would kind of be like this build up, and then you can kind of, not necessarily see specific Easter eggs, but like you can walk around the land and you already kind of have the layout of it, like in your head, and you can kind of go like, oh, I know what that is. That's cool. And you kind of feel like you've been there already, even though you haven't. I love that. Did you get to see any of the land before it was done? Did they like take you through and walk you through and show you everything?
I did not. That would have been very helpful, though.
How do they expect you to do that? Like, hey, write about this place you've never been.
I mean, I guess we use our imaginations, right? We're writers. And so they did give us access to documents. Like, I got this cool PDF, and I know so did Delilah. And the PDF just includes character arcs for characters that are already established, like Oga Gara and Doc Onder, and we get to see a little bit of their histories and backstories. The bartenders, the people who Savi and his salvage, Savi and Sons, and so we get to read about all of these people and get character descriptions. And it was up to me to figure out who was going to be central, who I was going to use in my story for, that aided the two original characters that I created, which were Izzy and Jules. And how they would play with, with the established characters. And it was kind of intimidating because you log on to this document and your name and email and the timestamp is watermarked, splashed all over the pages. So I never opened it in public, because I'm like, oh my God, somebody's going to hack my iPad, my iPad from like 2013. So it was an adventure, but a lot of fun.
Who was your favorite character in the book to write for?
I think my favorite character is Jules. Because I got to create Izzy too and some other people, but I think Jules was he's just such a soft space boy and encompasses a lot of that hope that is really, really important to Star Wars. And so having him in my book, having him as a central character, as one of the second central character, was really important and really fun to write through him and see him navigating the outpost.
He's my favorite character in the book too, pretty much for that exact reason. Like I loved their dynamic of him being someone who never really got to leave. And then he kind of looks at adventure the way they both did as kids, still as an adult. Yeah. And she's on the other side of it going like, it's not all you think it is.
Welcome to the real world, kid.
It all sounds good until you're doing it. Which, that's kind of how being an adult is, right? Like when you're a kid, like the only thing you want to do is to grow up and be an adult so you can eat ice cream every night for dinner. Then you realize diabetes is a thing, and then you realize that quickly that can't be the way that is, and you have to kind of live with the reality.
Right, and you're like, oh shit, now I have to pay the bills.
What was your favorite aspect of world building for this story? Because there's a lot of stuff that you see on Batuu that you don't necessarily see in Black Spire Outpost, the place where you can actually walk around. What was your favorite thing to add to the lore of Batuu?
The thing that I was excited to add was the people, where the regular people live, right? Because you have on the outpost, in Black Spire Outpost, people live there, but what about the people who commute into the city to sell their wares, right? Who takes that long road? Or it's kind of like being from New York, and you have people, not everybody lives in New York. They live just outside in the other boroughs. And so creating the communities and figuring out how they all work, because it has to be a close community. You're the only outpost for miles, right, on this planet. And so going a little bit outside of that outpost was really cool. And sort of having them fly around the Surabat Valley, and look at, what do bored kids in small towns do where there's nothing else, and sometimes you're the only kids. So there are these spires. We're obviously gonna climb these spires because that's what reckless little kids do.
They climb trees. Yep.
Yeah.
Kids climb trees, and if you have not read Crashed Fate, go do so, because I told you to do so. That was that's a fantastic interview, and kudos to Brad for grabbing. That was prior to my time on Jedi Talk. Evan was just started on Jedi Talk, and he was late because of Orlando's crazy fucking traffic. But Crashed Fate's a great novel. It's the first one set in the Galaxy's Edge series, so much more lore to Batuu. So if you've never done any of that, read any of that, or you're just craving more knowledge of Batuu and you go often like us, and you want to know more, fucking get into those novels. Check those out. Grab an audiobook, Can't sleep at night, Crashed Fate. Hit it up. You'll find more out about Vi Moradi if you keep reading those other Galaxy's Edge books like Black Spire. But I digress. Jedi Talk is pretty random, and we're all really, really stupid idiots. And from time to time, my buddy Kyle joins us for an episode, and we just get around, we chat, and sometimes some funny bits just are born, like our Bob Chapek drop. So here's the birth of the Do You Like Nachos? So here's another clip. Have fun. Don't lose too many brain cells listening to this one. If I had to guess, there's a chance he's in Andor.
We said that about Obi-Wan though.
Oh, Obi-Wan, it
should have been him instead of that
it
random
should
Jedi.
have been the him.
You know what?
It would have been cool.
It would have been cool.
They didn't need him, but
Yeah.
Swing and a miss.
They could have done like a small cameo, like
The guy on Tatooine
That random
should have
Jedi.
been Cal.
That should have been Cal.
I
Yes.
mean, that wouldn't have been
Agreed.
like
That would have been enough.
1,000%.
That would have
Yeah.
been
been
enough.
I would be happy with that.
And that's where Fallen Survivor picks up, is after his conversation with Obi-Wan.
Exactly.
You start on Tatooine.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's it. That's fine. I mean,
They hung that guy, right? Though didn't that guy get killed? You could just not.
We don't know
that.
if he's dead.
He was hanging from the fucking.
Not around his neck though. He just had like wires around his legs.
I don't think they would
and
hang.
arms.
Come
no,
on, man. He
they
was
would have
dead.
hung Cal. No. They would
wouldn't
have.
Cal,
then,
but
oh,
nobody
boy,
dies in Star
we
Wars
would have
anymore.
had some
though.
problems.
So he's probably still alive.
But yeah, I think this is definitely going to happen, and I think you might hear about this at D23 because I don't think they have a lot. Star
They
Wars.
got
talk.
nothing for D23.
Yeah, D23 is going to be weird.
It's
We're
gonna be like,
get
hey,
into
Tron opens, and that's it. Thanks, guys. Bye.
I have a list of things I think are going to get announced at
That's all I
D23,
think
and
is
unfortunately,
Tron.
half of my list is just updates of like that. Like,
Yeah.
remember that stuff we talked about 6 years ago at the other D23? Well, it's finally opening
Yeah.
here in Orlando.
Oh, boy.
So make sure you go see it. Make sure you go to
Well,
Jesse's Roundup or where the fuck that restaurant's
You know,
called.
I have a I have a preview of Bob Chapek's speech, a real quick clip of
Oh,
his speech
interesting.
for
Okay.
D23. Here it is.
You like nachos?
That's all I could obtain, but let me play it again.
You like nachos?
The funniest thing about this
Thank you,
is it
Mr.
reminds me of
Josh was like, churros are back. That's what it reminds me of. It's like, what?
It reminds me of when they were announcing Avengers Campus, and instead of like attractions,
Shawarma.
they're like, "Do you guys like shawarma?"
And everyone's
There's
like,
going to be 2 shawarma carts inside of Avengers Campus. Everyone's like, "Why?" They were talking about like it was something that was made up in the MCU, and you're finally going to get
like
to
Ronto
taste
wraps
shawarma.
and blue milk.
Right, like it had existed
Like it-
before in
like
real
it
life.
doesn't exist.
Wasn't that an improv line by Robert Downey Jr. anyway?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and if he'd have just shut the fuck up and stuck to the script, we would have just walked past 2
And
fucking
then,
shawarma
like,
carts in
the
Avengers
end
Campus.
credit scene when they're eating the shawarma. I found out this. You guys might know this already, but I just found out that like that was filmed way after the
Yes,
rest of the movie.
I did
And Chris
know that,
Evans
yeah.
has like a beard because he's
Yeah, he was
filming another
covering it,
movie.
right.
Yeah, so I just found out he was like hiding his beard. With
Oh,
his hand.
really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So
That's
I went back and I
hilarious.
watched it. And yeah, he's like.
Is that the
covering
first
his whole
Avengers?
face. Yeah.
That
I
kind
need-
of
I'm
seems
gonna
like
go watch that tonight.
That seems something weird to do, like way later. Like,
Yeah,
why would
just
they?
CGI a fucking mustache. Like
Hey,
the
you
DC
beat me to
universe
it. I was going to say that.
But why would they even like put that scene in? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
that
know.
mustache thing was just ridiculous.
That was so
Yeah.
stupid. It looks so bad.
No, what they should have done is just
It
do what
was
Chris
horrible.
Evans did the whole movie. Superman just like this.
I mean, with all the effects in Hollywood, like they couldn't figure that out.
It's brutal. It looks so bad. It was
They
so
should have went to
jarring.
ILM. They could have done it.
They could have done it, and that's a good segue
Heyo.
into our next thing to talk about here: the industrial light or the Light and Magic review. Have you guys finished it?
No, I wish.
I
didn't
did,
finish
yes.
it.
I'm only two
I have
episodes
finished.
in, 2 hours.
It's hard to say spoiler because there's not really spoilers, but
But there could be like
there-
a fact
there's some
that
stuff
I don't
like
know.
that. Like in the last episode, I didn't know that the animators actually filmed themselves doing the scenes for that movie they were working on.
that was cool.
That was very
Okay.
cool.
The
I don't want
versus-
to spoil it.
Yeah, I don't want to know facts yet. I want
That,
to see
that,
the
that was
facts.
funny.
So here's
Yeah.
a light review. It's like an 8.5 out of 10. My only complaint is they focus too much on Star Wars.
Oh,
But
wow.
now that I've seen the show, remember how I was saying after Celebration, like I don't know why they've showed us at Star Wars Celebration?
Yeah.
It
'Cause it's all
makes
Star
sense.
Wars.
in the
yeah.
marketing, they make it look like Harry Potter, Jurassic Park, and I was
There's
like,
very
I
little
wanted
of
that.
that.
I wanted to see.
Yeah,
other
I did
stuff.
too. That's
There's
my-
more Jurassic
yeah.
Park. There's a little Indiana Jones.
Good. Okay,
There's a
that's
little
good.
bit of James Cameron talking about Terminator 2.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It's
They-
really, really
doesn't
well
ILM
done.
That was my
even
favorite
help on
fact. The
Avatar?
toilet scene from Jurassic Park. The fact that they gave.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Yes,
That
that
was
was
it?
fucking cool.
We'll have to wait to see.
I haven't seen it.
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil
I don't
it.
care.
I'll wait and see.
You don't care?
I'll take my headphones off here and then cover my ears. I guess.
Why don't you get me some more water?
Okay. Can do.
Spoiler alert on air. 'cause-
Don't lock me out. Like
because
we're
I do
gonna
wanna
lock
share.
out Kyle.
We won't. We won't.
Hi-yo.
We like you.
Well, I don't know. Ice, no ice.
No ice is fine. Just more water.
Out of the fridge. Okay, so during when the
Toilet scene. Yeah, I know.
that the model of whatever the lawyer's name was
Wayne
was
Knight's character, or no, the other guy.
It was a T1000
They just
from
repurposed.
Terminator. They just
the
took
data.
the same data and repurposed it. So what you saw him eat
Is
on
technically
screen
a T1000.
is technically like a T1000. It was like the same data, so they just took his data and it's like
They already had that. They already had that pre-rendered, and they just drop.
we're
drop it
good.
and
We're
paste
good.
it.
Evan's back.
Wow.
Everybody shut up.
Isn't that cool? Thank you.
Shut the fuck up.
No problemo.
He said no problemo after that.
Did you hear that?
No.
No. He said, "Evan, shut the fuck up," and you said, "No
Oh.
problemo."
Well, I already did when I left. I can do it again.
Hey, fatty Winston.
Winston.
Did you eat any more brownies?
No, he can't have brownies. He my dog brownies. I swear to God.
Well, I was cutting it, and then like it was so sticky, and it just like flung out, and then this fatty came around.
So many jokes. So many jokes.
Dog eat chocolate.
I stopped him. Courtney and I stopped him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Jesus.
That would have been a
Christ.
good thing to add.
Thank God
before
my
you-
wife was there. Christ, freaking me the fuck out.
Tom's face
Because I don't
was
trust
priceless.
this jackass over here.
All right, is
I
there-
like him more than you,
That's fair.
and he's ginger. So
You know who I like more than Kyle?
His
Mrs.
mom?
They's mother. Thank you, Evan.
I thought you were going to say Aunt Tim.
What was that?
You're going to say Aunt Tim.
Aunt Tim. No, I got it. I got a couple of people, or actually a lot of people I like better than Kyle. Here we go in this order.
By Curious George. Hell in the bottom farter. Cleavage McNamara. Guy who took a tip. Chinese name. This fat bitch.
A few more.
Simmy can't stand your bits, Junior.
Simmy can't stand your bits.
Irish or African?
Couple more.
Gregory Poopsicle.
Shorty Waffles.
And my favorite.
Detective Bluto Mind Pretzel.
I like all those people better than Kyle.
those people aren't real.
They are actually.
They are not.
They're more real than your life.
Aunt Tim.
Yes.
So fucking
Right.
funny to me.
Do you like Austin Boucher better than Kyle after his joke last
Well,
week?
yeah, well, Kyle got scorched
I
by
love
his
Austin.
brother.
He told me he was thinking about my burger. He said
Yeah.
he thought
It's
about
The
it
golden
today.
Boucher.
I loved your joke at the end. It's because it's true. The better looking Boucher.
The better
You're not
looking
wrong.
You're not wrong.
He could be like an Abercrombie model. Your brother's a piece.
Easily.
All right. Do we have any more DC Marvel stuff you guys want to talk
No.
about? Okay, there's a
That's
few more
about it.
things here,
Yeah.
and we can wrap this up. There have been a bunch of Star Wars trademarks that have been filed. This was from the Star Wars Leaks subreddit, which is really a good place for information if you're looking for like leaks. They're pretty good. They're pretty.
Yeah.
They're pretty
They're
right
about
on
there.
the money.
Yeah.
The few of the trademarks, and remember, this doesn't mean that they're doing this movie or this show. These are just things that like could be like a
Well,
game
it's just
or
like
something.
when Disney
It's-
patents something.
Yeah.
You don't see it in the parks for like a decade usually.
or ever.
at all.
Sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
They just do it before they have to buy it from someone else. So the
Yep.
ones that were trademarked, filed were the Great Circle, the Galactic Circle, and Circle of the Resistance.
I
Which
don't
the
like
Great
that last
Circle
one.
reminded me of your
The theories.
the-
His conspiracy theories.
The constellation.
the constellation.
Yes.
I was like the nebula with the.
They
hell.
listen to our show. That's what they do.
I wouldn't be shocked.
They steal ideas from
We know
Brad.
Matt
Now
Martin
they're stealing
listens.
ideas from Tom.
We know Matt Martin. listens.
Pending.
That's how you know I have bad ideas because they haven't stolen mine.
That's true.
Yep.
And I think we have. That's it.
Nice.
That's it.
Okay.
Disneyland is getting their bounty hunters in Galaxy's Edge.
They are.
Yes.
I finally did.
interesting. Okay.
I finally did my first bounty today.
Oh,
Nice.
what'd you think?
What do
It's
you
fun,
think?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's a good little addition.
Yeah.
It
Have you
makes
done
me-
20 yet? I haven't. But
No,
have you?
I have. I've done 10. I'm
okay.
up to 10.
Ooh, shoot. You're gonna beat me.
I really like it, but the thing that I thought of the first day when I was doing it, and I hung out with Mike from Blog Mickey for like an hour or two, running around doing it together. And we were talking, and I was like, "What is this going to do with like the Halcyon now? Because you don't have because now you're going to have to go buy a Magic Band that's not in the park. They don't sell them in,
It's not
in
on the
Galaxy's
ship
Edge,
or in Galaxy's Edge.
or at least
That's
not on
true.
the ship.
Yeah.
None of them are in universe.
They don't sell
That's
them on
my
the Halcyon.
complaint.
Yeah.
Not that I know of.
For now, no.
But like it's so weird because like now they should have like waited or rolled this out sooner because this is way more compelling gameplay than what we got on the Halcyon in my opinion.
When you come to Batu, yes. The gameplay on the Halcyon,
yeah, that should
better.
stay. That should stay.
yeah,
But like the stuff on Batu, like this could just replace that.
yeah, and it should.
I think it would be more fun than just scanning crates because you're kind of doing the same
Thank
thing
you.
on the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that. I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Did they say when?
No, they just have construction walls up like we did.
Gotcha.
So our,
It's about fucking time we
Our
So that
walls
means their
lasted,
magic
what,
bands
like
are going to
2
be
months,
coming
maybe?
soon. I'm wondering how that's going to work. Can you use like Disney World magic bands at Disneyland?
I did see that
Probably
they will go
not.
over.
They
I did see
will?
Magic Band Pluses will go over.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can
Oh,
take
I'm
your.
bringing mine in
Oh, wait,
November
just,
then.
just pluses?
That's what I saw. Pluses.
Well, that
Yeah.
makes sense because they don't have any
Yeah.
of the other ones before
Yeah.
that.
I
They probably
will
won't
have
sell
to
any
get
new
one
ones.
then.
You need to get one while you're
Yeah.
here because
I
some of them are
was trying
selling
to.
out already.
I was trying to look at it in one store, and it was just mobbed.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
know the demand was there for
The
that.
one in studios.
neither.
I should take you to some of the resorts, like the quieter resorts that have them.
Oh, yeah.
We can go shop there.
Yeah, the French Quarter has a
Yeah.
bunch of them. Both of them do.
Saratoga Springs
Riverside.
was
If
full
you
when I went
see
the other day.
the Walt Partner statue one, grab it because they pulled that one and it's been hard to find. It's a really good one. It's like the blue one when it has the 50th logo
Yeah.
on the and a castle on it. It'd be a good one to grab for your first one. It comes with cool, unique lighting packages, but like they had tech issues on a bunch of them, and they pulled all of them, and so like very rarely you can find them around. I found one the other day, thank God, and grabbed it.
Oh, Magic Band Plus, the buzz around that kind of dropped quick. Like that first week, I remember standing in line for one, and everyone was getting one, and then, they're there. They're a thing. You're required to do it if you want to do anything fun with that, but you don't need it. But anyway, I digress. That's just random shit you're going to get on Jedi Talk. But what Jedi Talk is also known for are some top 10 episodes. Brad and I just did one recently. Brought them back. Top 10 Star Wars deaths. Here's a callback to lightsabers. And this was back in, 21 or 22. Go back and search the old waves there of old top 10 lightsabers that we wanted. Maybe some that we've talked about have been released. Here's a clip from it. A bit more buff. He's like, "Yo, I'm Grogu now, bitch."
Yo, what you gonna fucking do, Ben?
Yeah, what you gonna
I'm gonna
fucking
smack
do,
the
Ben?
fuck out
Let's
of
go.
you. Better
Look
put
at
that
this.
fucking cross-guard lightsaber down, you fucking asshole.
Force smack.
I'm gonna smack the fuck out of you.
Power.
You want another force smack, Ben?
Nice,
I'm
though.
gonna
I
force smack
don't
you right in the
have
fucking tits.
That on my list at all. I never would have thought. Is that on your list?
No, it's not on my list.
Nice.
I didn't even think about it.
Awesome.
Grogu it is.
That's a good one.
And a force slap is why that's my number 10.
My number 9 is the green cross. What is it? A cross-guarded hilt that Ezra finds on Malachor.
Oh,
Okay, so it's not, we don't know who owns it.
It's one of my deep cut ones because it's the first time you see a High Republic era lightsaber in canon.
Oh,
Yeah. And that was before
that
we
picture
even
is
knew
in the book
Mm-hmm.
of Ezra holding onto it.
Does it say whose it is?
Let me
No.
see. I don't think so, but
Well, I don't
I'll
know
look.
About the book. Sorry, I don't know about the book.
Yeah,
I
I know the Rebels doesn't say what it is.
Oh
but-
my god, I opened right up to it.
Oh my god, you
Kind
did.
of freaking me out.
Look how beautiful that thing is.
It's
It almost looks like the
gorgeous.
one he makes later on.
A little bit.
Ancient crossguard lightsaber. Let me see if they mentioned that Kylo Ren's three-pronged lightsaber was designed
based off that.
specifically for the character's use in Star Wars Episode 7.
Yep, and then they took that idea and made that an old typey lightsaber in canon.
But Kylo's wasn't made that way intentionally.
Yeah,
And
it
the
was-
ones in the High Republic were made that
yep.
way intentionally.
There's just a way for him to have the excess from the cracked kyber crystal, the runoff energy.
Ezra, while they're on Malachor, Ezra Bridge, Kanan Jarrus, and Ahsoka Tano stumble upon a desolate plain littered with fallen weapons and guarded by granite memorials to the combatants who died there. Intrigued by a unique-looking saber, Ezra ignites the blade and both of its quillins? The dusty artifact burns brightly for a moment before fizzing out. It doesn't look like it says who it is.
Okay, but it's just a cool looking lightsaber.
It's
like the
really
hilt looks
cool.
really dope.
Yeah.
Really
I'm an idiot. I didn't think to even look at that book today.
It's okay. You had them in your head. Like, you know what
Yeah.
they are.
You know what it was? I mean,
Yeah.
you pulled it right from the book.
Nothing wrong
It's
with
dope. I love that. That saber's
Good
awesome.
call. I love how neither of those are on my list.
Good. That was one of my deep cut ones.
That's
Mhm.
super deep. Super deep. My number 9, even though I dispute that it technically doesn't exist, but it's still badass, and everyone would buy it in a heartbeat, is Empress Rey.
Oh, yeah.
The Dark Side Rey.
She's on my list too.
That, I mean, it never was a physical saber, I don't think, I guess. But, like, still, I would buy it. Everyone would buy
Yeah,
it.
it's like it's a vision. So like, how could
Right.
it be a real saber? But
Yeah, but still,
how does Rey's episode 9 saber end up in before episode 8 happens?
on Batu, yeah. It's,
Or after episode 8 happens, before episode 9 happens. So
Yeah.
there's you can do mental gymnastics around this shit all day.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
They would make so much money on that. I don't know why it hasn't happened yet.
It will.
It's right there.
Give it
That's-
time. I mean, that's the
Charge
thing about
$500 for it because you will, and then everyone in the world will buy it for $500.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like I wonder how many of those lightsabers they actually buy, like to have like for Disney to like purchase them to sell to 2 parks.
Yeah.
You probably
eventually
have to
France-
buy like
France will have it too.
100,000 of each
Units,
one at a time.
each like unit, yeah.
Each, so like to make it even worth buying, like there has to be some. So I think literally they just have to get through. I was really hopeful about cows because remember they only had like 4 at one point.
They dropped down to like 3
3 or
one day.
4,
They only had
yeah.
3 on one day. over there.
So like I was like, oh, here we go, we're about to get a restock with some new shit, and then
Yeah.
just old stuff came back in.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's
It's interesting that
It's
it
very
came in
odd.
like that. I mean,
Yeah.
they must have ordered like 4 times that of Ben Solo's Galaxy's
Oh my gosh.
lightsaber.
I think they really thought that one was going to be popular, and it
But
wasn't.
like
Maybe.
no one knows who it is because like you see it for 0.3 seconds.
That's why I love it.
Of all the weird ones,
Me
though,
too.
like to
Well,
make
that's one of the reasons.
of
Yeah.
all the ones to make, why would you make that one? Like
I
right
don't
now?
know.
I don't
Like that should be one that we talk about. Oh, that'd be cool if they made.
Like
Yes.
Waves 3.
Because and that was the first one they added.
Or like bring back
It was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the first one they added.
When the day
What?
episode 9 came out,
Yeah.
it was Reforge and Ben.
No, Ben was first, dude. It was
come out
Ben,
before
and then
episode 9?
Ray's came out like
yeah,
a week or
because
two afterwards.
you saw Ben's in The Last Jedi. So
That's
his
true, but I don't
his-
think they sold it.
I'm pretty sure they came out on different days. Like a week, it was like a week apart. But I'm
I have to
fairly
go back and look at like my Instagram
because
stories.
I
but
have
remember
a video of Ray of both of those, like, and it wasn't the same day, and I would have bought them both the same day.
Right. That's another one of the things where they're both blue. It's like here's more blue.
Yeah, more
we get
blue.
it.
Mhm.
Blue.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? Shoot.
Dark Ray.
Oh, what sucks is like for the people in Paris, their Galaxy's Edge isn't close to being done, so they're not gonna get all the retired ones. So
I wonder
how
which
is
ones
that
they're
gonna
gonna have
work?
in
God,
Paris.
I wonder what they're gonna have in
How
Paris.
is
Yeah,
that gonna work? They're not gonna have who's retired? Temple Guard, Ventress,
Mace.
Mace Windu.
Dooku.
No,
no,
Dooku's still there.
Dooku's been around. Yeah.
Mace is pretty big. Like those 4 right there, like that kind of sucks.
They could have probably had. I mean, I don't even know if retired is a real thing. I could see them coming
Just
back
they're
with
out
shit
of it right now.
Like I can't imagine they got rid of Ahsoka Tano's before.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
the
that.
show.
White
I mean,
Ahsoka Tano's. Yeah.
it bothers me to this day. I don't
Unless
have
they
that.
held him back purposely
I told
because they knew they weren't
You know
going
the
to get
story
more.
about me seeing the guy returning it, right?
Yes, and it breaks my heart to hear that.
Just didn't have the money. That was when we were not working.
Yeah.
Fuck. Breaks my heart to this day. And then I finally was like, all right, I'm just going to go do it. Like, fuck it. I'll put it on a credit card. And they were gone.
Yeah.
Went back later that day. Gone. But, yeah. What's your number 9?
9 is, if you recall, during the Lego Star Wars: The Terrifying Tales, the saber of Skardant. I want the saber of Skardant. Damn it! I know it's not canon.
I don't remember what it looked like.
It's very High
Vaguely
Republic-y.
do. Yeah.
But it's darker. It's just it's fun. It's because what's Vinay, right?
Yeah.
Vinay, just the connection that he has to it. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's probably the best. One of the cooler things out of the Terrifying Lego Tales thing.
I love the whole thing. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I like that they're being silly with Star Wars again. They like
That's the way to do it. It's the perfect way.
They took it so seriously, and which is a good. You needed to, but like
Yeah.
we like the fact that you can't do anything like the Simpsons have never done a Star Wars episode. Like why doesn't Disney?
They
do
just
that
did the
with
short, yeah.
Why doesn't Disney do a Simpsons like in the vein of Family Guy with
Why don't
Simpsons?
they just do
but they
Family Guy
they
again?
own Family Guy now
Yeah,
too.
why don't they just do more
Mhm.
Family Guy? Prequels and sequels.
God, that'd be
Rogue
so
One
good.
and Solo and all of them. Mando. Do it all.
I love that George Lucas loved those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
I mean,
come on,
what's
have
not
such
to
humor.
love about them? Yeah.
It's done with love. You can tell they knew what they were talking about.
Mhm.
Exactly.
All
The
right.
thing with Vinay too is like there is comic stories that are canon that are very similar to what happens with Vinay.
Yeah.
In the Lego story, he does like go crazy and do everything he can to bring Vader back. Like he's obsessed with Vader, so
Mhm.
that part is pretty canon.
Yeah, he was weird.
He is creepy.
It's a weird character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My number. We're on 8 now, right?
Yes,
My
sir.
number 8 is Kanan Jarrus.
Kanan.
That was one you could have voted for. Did
I
you
know.
vote for
What do
that one?
what do you fucking think I
know.
voted for?
I know. That would have been your second choice, though, right?
Out of those, probably, and
Yeah.
I want the Anakin one, the Clone Wars one, but like,
Yeah.
it's literally a mixture of the Skywalker hilt and the Vader hilt.
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
too
a mixture
similar.
of those. It's
Yeah,
too
we'll get that
similar.
50 years down
It
the
looks
line.
dope. What
Mhm.
does it look like? It looks kind of like cows in a weird way.
A little bit.
A little bit, except it's got kind of like a wider top to it.
Yeah, it's got like a
It's got a nice grip.
swoopy.
Yeah, I don't know if you could see
If
it.
they made it, they'd have to make it come apart like his, right?
Yes.
You know, in the show, he takes it apart every time.
Yeah.
It's because it's like scrap metal. He was
Yeah.
one of the first people to do that.
Yeah.
We're like, it's not a lightsaber. It's just junk.
It's pretty cool.
And it's funny, and I'm sure they did this on purpose, but the top is very reminiscent of the Jedi around the time that Kanan Jarrus and Cal and Gerald DePaul were.
Yeah. I love
Like-
those emitters.
Yeah,
Really
yeah,
cool
the emitters,
angled
the emitters.
when-
Yep.
Yeah, the
I love
swoopy
those.
angle kind of thing.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's my favorite kind.
It was a cool saber, and it's one of those things where it's like they don't have any sabers from any animated stuff yet.
Ahsoka.
Yeah, outside of the Maul.
Yeah,
well,
that's
no,
true.
Maul's
Really,
live action.
It's
Duh.
just Ahsoka. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
But
I
that's a
forgot
good
about
point. And
Ahsoka's.
Darksaber now, but Darksaber's also Mando.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Mando, and that came out after Mando.
Yeah, so it wasn't because of the Clone
Right.
Wars and Rebels.
That was because of Mando. Yeah, for sure.
Mhm. But yeah, the Ahsoka one definitely.
Yeah.
Ahsoka's Clone Wars. Yeah,
We have 2 Ahsoka sabers. That's wild.
right.
Yeah.
They're up her ass. You see the ears they released, the
Those
Ahsoka
look good,
Tano
though.
ears.
I like those.
So I've been looking for those for the past few weeks.
I was going to ask if they
past
sold
few
out
days.
already.
Gone completely. I
Yeah.
go to Disney Springs last night. They're gone.
Wow. I'm
I
not
walk.
shocked.
I walk I go up to Disney Springs. I turn left to go, like, you know, they sometimes have that in the registers on the far right of the store.
At
Or
World of Disney?
World Disney, like by the on like the Rebus Brothers side.
Yeah.
They have like sometimes they'll have it where you're like it's 2 lanes.
Yeah.
You kind of pick left or right. I picked the left lane because it was shorter. Then Holly texts me. He's like, "Hey, grab a Skyliner ornament." So I get out of line, go back, grab the thing. The right side was shorter. I go up to the right, get called to my number. Right in front of me, somebody were just in front of me returned 2 Ahsoka Tano wares.
Oh shit!
Oh my god.
So I got those.
Nice.
Yeah. I was like, "Oh, I'll take them." He goes, "They're not for sale." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Are they on hold? Are they on hold for somebody?" He goes, "No." I said, "I'll take them
Yeah.
because I can't sell them to you." And I was like, "Why?" And he goes, "Let me check."
Did Bob drop
And-
down out of the sky and be like, "They're for sale"?
Sell them, damn it!
Charge them.
And he turned to the right, his right, and he goes, "Can we sell this?" She goes, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, "I'll take them." And he's like,
How
"Okay."
could you not sell those?
Yeah. How could you not? It's so
I
weird.
don't know.
And
Well, I
now-
know for a while during COVID, if you did a refund, they were literally just throwing shit out.
Oh shit!
They weren't selling
Ugh.
stuff at Cast Connection.
That
They were just,
bad,
they were
huh?
just throwing stuff away. So
Just throwing shit out. And there were signs. There were signs. If you know, you know. But yeah, I mean, the Keenan Jarrus one, that one's hanging up on my wall. That one's here. None of those other ones really necessarily came true specifically, but there's been quite a few. Go back and listen to that episode. That was from, I went and looked. That was the end of 2021, November 21. So go check that out. The final clip, I should say, go check it out to see what we got right, because I'm curious. Let me know. The final clip we're sharing today on this random / whatever the fuck you want to call it, clip show, no show, best of, whatever, is just a little bit recent. It ties to something recent. This chatter was over 2 years ago, but we ended up talking about something that I forgot about that showed back up in Andor Season 2. So thank you for joining us. I'll be right back to say goodbye after this. But check this clip out.
Sell alcohol or just sell, just
You
complete
sell out
dicks
pieces
into
of
pieces
shit.
of shit.
Yep.
Except this blackened whiskey I have in my
I've
left
never heard
hand,
of it. Is
made
it
by
good?
Metallica.
Wait, they made
this
it?
Band,
They were
yeah.
they were in the factory.
Forged by sound.
They were in the factory hand milling corn.
Hand milling
Wild.
it.
Yep.
They were milling it so
I
hard you've never
cannot-
seen corn milled like this, Brad.
You've
Not
never seen
sponsored.
corn milled like this before. I can't stand when whiskey says handmade. Oh, did you?
Does it
Did you
say?
handcraft it
Didn't
and
say
then
by whose hand.
by but no one's hand? You have to mill corn down into
No,
dust.
this says remastered in celebration of Metallica's album 72.
You really need to go easy on that. That's
No.
not coming around again.
I don't care.
That's not going to last you a year.
I don't give a shit.
Okay, all right.
I don't
Not
keep
meant to
this
sit
stuff
on a
to
shelf
sell it, yeah.
forever. Like, yeah,
It
he's gonna.
is.
Oh.
It belongs in a museum.
I
I'm kidding.
I
I'm
like
kidding.
to
Do it
enjoy
the-
things
do you
except for the
give-
things on my wall.
I'm about to say
They
you
will
don't open. You haven't
remain in
opened a
packaging.
single action figure.
I have.
Who opens?
I opened my
don't have
DC
open
one.
figures.
Let's move this table.
Because they're $20 and they're better quality than
They are. The
Hasbro's.
McFarlane stuff's way better.
Dude, did you see the Kenobi Vader with the cracked helmet?
I did
did
see
not.
that. Yeah,
And it's in the
I've
good
avoided all
packaging
of it.
too. Like,
yeah, because they're
Dude.
coming back with
All
that.
right,
Give
so
me
let's
that.
talk. Let's talk. We have done like an hour of not Star Wars. on the Star
46
Wars
minutes.
podcast.
Lucasfilm, and then we talked a little Flash. So.
Yeah.
Flash was great. I
Indie-
highly recommend it.
Yeah, thank you.
It was really, really good.
And what everything out of that, what makes me happiest is that you loved Man of Steel because you understand
I get it.
what
Oh.
we feel for Henry Cavill, Zack Snyder, and that Superman.
Also, we forgot to mention the day they announced that was
Yeah.
the new casting was the day I watched that.
Yeah,
Do you know how tall that guy is? He's 6'4".
Yeah,
He's gonna be perfect in that role if he can act.
right.
If he
Agreed.
can act, he looks. Did you see the new guy?
if he can shave.
If he can shave and act, he looks the part. Like, he really does.
For those of you that haven't noticed, that's like my only DC joke I ever make. Is like, oh, this is the mustache, haha. Like, that's all I got.
That's very outdated. I'd forgotten
I
about
don't know-
it.
I don't even know
so
what he's talking
you
about.
still sitting in
The
that universe.
CGI mustache.
So part of the Justice League.
no, I know.
was-
Yeah,
That's
they
my
brought him
only
in.
DC
because he
joke.
was filming Mission Impossible
And
or
he
something,
couldn't
right?
shave,
Yeah,
yeah.
he couldn't shave.
It's
Yeah,
the worst.
I know. It
All right.
looked really stupid.
So let's talk about
How the
Star.
fuck could you not do it a mustache? How the fuck you
I don't know.
fuck that up?
But if you ever want to call me out for like
Joss Whedon.
hating on DC because that's my only joke, there you go. That's what you can always fall back on. Like, Evan, that's all you got.
That's all right.
Joss Whedon for
hey,
you, man.
I love you.
Love both you two,
Love you.
especially
Joss
because you both have real mustaches.
We do.
Mustache. Did you watch the gallery for Mando 3? I did, and I bored the hell out of me.
I don't think I even watched 2.
I know.
I don't think I
we
watched
talked
season
about
2.
it.
I
It
can't
was
remember.
all it
I'm
was.
excited for it. Not good.
They just went safe. It was just interviews with Favreau, Filoni, Kennedy every now and again.
Well, to be fair, season 3 was not.
Pedro Pascal's not anywhere near it. They talked to Katie Sackhoff for a few minutes.
Did she say she wants to sit on my face yet?
She mentioned the 2%, the 2% or whatever.
Yeah,
that is.
Nice.
Yeah,
I am the 2%.
So I don't know. There was nothing groundbreaking.
There's nothing groundbreaking in the season. I mean, the whole thing that made it interesting for
Except the
season
Shadow
1.
Council. If they would have had that stuff in there,
but I'm talking about like
Gideon
filmmaking wise,
cool.
like they didn't do anything new.
Yeah.
The volume was crazy to see that how they filmed that in season 1. You're like, holy shit, okay, that's new. But I mean, I think Mando's going to really peter out in season 4. I don't think anyone's going to give a fuck.
The only way they can
be better
is if it ramps up the first order.
I can't, man. That season 3 was so mediocre.
I think Favreau and Filoni will hear. Well, first off, I think Filoni's paying attention to Ahsoka.
I just don't.
He's like half the bag in.
That could have
like
been
Mandalorian.
why season 3 wasn't that great. That really could have been.
It's hard though, to manage, especially Ahsoka, because if you screw that up,
people are
you're
gonna
in
be
trouble.
pissed. Yeah, people
Of course they
are
will.
Which I don't think they're gonna screw it up. But
Yeah.
if you do,
No, I can't. They've been real quiet about it though. Isn't that
Yeah.
weird? Like they
it's
released
coming
that
out in August.
I
Like,
know.
we're
We haven't seen
almost there.
anything.
I have a news piece to talk about it down
Let's
the
do
road. So yeah, we could talk about that real quick with Ahsoka. So there's a new look at Ahsoka coming this weekend to the Essence Festival of Culture. It may have happened already. The confirmation was made on the Walt Disney World official website, which listed several ways on how the studio will participate in the upcoming event, of which it is the main entertainment sponsor. One of the offerings they have in Louisiana, blah, 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 blah. The cast of Haunted Mansion will take part of the events and panels on Saturday and Sunday.
Gives a fuck.
That also includes special looks at the new Disney Plus series, Star Wars Ahsoka, and Walt Disney Animation Studios' upcoming blah, 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 Wish. So they're giving a new look at Ahsoka. Does that mean trailer 2 impending anytime soon? We're like 50 days away from this.
Yeah, it's happening.
Yeah, I feel
51,
like
something
sometime
like
in early to mid July, you got to drop
Isn't it
a
the same
trailer.
day as your daughter's going to be born?
The day after her due
Day
date.
after
yeah.
due date. Okay.
Day after her due date. So,
I was like, I knew it was close.
That's close, yeah.
You got to be dropping a trailer.
Lily
sometime.
and Britt are going to have similar close birthdays, dude.
What's her
Britt's
birthday?
August 16th.
Oh, wow, that's close. That'd be close, yeah.
What is the? We can edit it out.
22nd. No, I
that's
don't
close.
care.
That's
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I have a listener
We have
question.
a lot of birthday connections in this
Yeah.
friend group anyway.
We do.
so let's keep it
Do
going.
I like it. There's a lot of date significance amongst the three of us, just in general.
Yeah.
May 18th is significant to me, in a way less fun way than it is for you.
we all fingered our buttholes on the same date.
That's true.
Wait, every
Let's
day?
say it. 3, 2, 1.
Every
March
day?
23rd. Oh.
God damn it.
Well, mine lines up.
We have a listener question.
March 23rd is my brother's birthday.
Oh, Brett, I know. Yeah.
That's close to Austin's birthday.
Who do you think
March
house
28th.
I was over
Is it
at?
really?
Yeah, there you go.
Whose house I was at.
So we had a listener question sneak in after we recorded our listener questions last week.
Oh,
This is
yeah,
from
yeah, yeah.
Nope, he didn't make the cut. Can't
No,
do it.
Fuck you.
Can't do it.
Shenanigans.
Oh, my bad. I assumed the gender.
In Disney, account name on Instagram, Rachel is her first name.
I think I broke Brad too. I assumed Brad to not die, but
That made me laugh.
Her question is, Rachel's question is there a specific Legends character you'd like to get added into the current canon, and which medium? So like comic, TV, show, movie.
don't even.
I
know
have
which
mine
one.
off
I have
the
a,
top of
I have
my
a
head.
controversial one.
Name 5
Oh,
Legends characters.
I don't
and
know
I'll
if
pick
mine's
one,
controversial,
like-
but Mara Jade, I'd put her right in there.
Mara Jade. That's
Yeah.
interesting. I have a controversial one.
Who?
And I think it's actually ties into what they're doing right now.
Is it Starkiller?
I think Luke.
Luke.
No. Call him something else. LK01 or whatever clone name you want to call him.
Yeah.
But cloning Luke Skywalker
Oh yeah, they could.
would be interesting.
Yeah, have Hux do it or somebody.
As a test,
Yeah.
and that's one of the reasons why he goes into
Necromancer?
hiding.
Project
Some-
Necromancer.
I know it sounds crazy
Sure.
to say, but I think they could do that
That's
very
how
well.
you do it.
Yeah.
Tie it into stuff you're already talking about.
I think they brought the best Legends character already into canon with
Black
Thrawn.
Chrysanthemum?
Yeah, well,
Yes, but also yes. Thrawn
Yes.
and
Thrawn,
Black
yeah.
Chrysanthemum.
Thrawn's that's a damn yeah. That's the goat. Like
I don't know. I can't.
Evan would take the OG Ben Solo.
Sure.
Or
Who's
the Ben Skywalker.
Okay, is
the
that
OG
Luke's
Ben.
son?
I think so. Yeah.
No, it was
Or is
Han
it-
and Leia's son.
Is it Han and
Yeah,
Leia's son?
It was. I think it was Ben Solo.
I have no idea.
Was it?
I don't know.
No,
anything
there's a
Legends,
Ben Skywalker.
so
I think.
that's why I'm saying. Like, don't ask me this question. I don't know anything.
No, the
Legends.
Luke thing
We
would be
don't.
interesting. I
It
don't think
would.
you. I don't think you call him Luke, but that character
Yeah,
would
something
be
similar.
interesting as fuck.
Yeah, you don't have to name it Luke. Just
No.
be like, this is from Luke's
They
hand.
clone it from because that was going to be the opening scene of Episode 7 anyway.
Yeah.
They were going to have
The floating
Luke's
hand.
floating hand, so like it all would tie in
And
very
if
well.
that's in the comics. Palpatine does possess Luke's hand.
Dark
so-
Horse, the Dark Horse comics. Yep.
There you go. So it's already kind of
whoops.
canon, but the clone isn't.
I don't want
canon.
Legends of Tomorrow.
I would love that. If you see like if you're going through some Imperial or First Order base next season of Mando and you see like
Yeah.
you hear that they're like Project Skywalker or something,
Yeah.
like that would be fucking crazy. I would. I
Like
think
Phase 1 of Project Necromancer
that's like
is
that's like the cheap answer is like Luke.
Skywalker Point 2 or
Yeah,
something. Like,
I don't know what you call him. But,
yeah, I don't either.
I don't know what you call him, but like they could fucking rock that. That'd be
Yeah.
cool. That'd be really cool.
I mean, there's Darth Malgus, Revan.
Revan would be dope.
There's a clone
Well,
Emperor Palpatine in
by
Legends.
names, those are all canon. By name only. So
Mara Jade Skywalker. That's
Mara
what it
Jade
is.
would be cool, but I think we've passed that boat. If you're not doing it,
There's a
in
Jason
eight.
and Jaina Solo.
Jason Solo. That's who it is.
So that's already been done.
Jason
Ben,
Solo.
basically.
That's Ben. Yeah.
Okay.
Jason
There's
basically.
a Ben Skywalker though. I'm trying to find him. Dash Rendar. You didn't pick Dash Rendar?
No, because it's just Han. It's just bullshit Han Solo.
We already had that in Spaceballs.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Is Galad Paleon the one they brought in for the
Yeah.
council? Yeah.
Yep, that's Thrawn's like right hand
Right.
guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there more here? I don't feel like looking.
Which I
into
had
it.
never heard of him until he was announced.
question,
he's like
by the
in
way,
Rebels.
Rachel.
I
Thank
didn't
you.
Great question.
Really know,
Yeah.
But I'm sorry I can't answer it because I don't.
That's fine.
Is Jackson canon now? The rabbit?
No, that'd be a good one.
So there
Okay,
you go.
I'll
Pick
go
Jackson
Jackson.
there.
But
I
I
thought
don't.
he
I
was.
don't. I no, he's not canon.
Okay. Jackson then I guess.
I just don't know how you pull that off. I think an animation.
Just have
I
him
guess,
in the
is way to
background
go.
walking by. But there you
It's the
go.
way to go.
Good enough.
Or like kids show now the fucking.
Oh, if he was in
Skywalker
Young Jedi.
Adventures. Young Jedi
Yeah.
Adventures. Yeah, that'd be cool.
That's how you do it.
So check this shit
I
out.
stand by Luke. I think that could be interesting.
That's the best answer out of
think
at least
it'd be
our
interesting.
two. What did you say, Tom? For yours?
Mara Jade.
Or Jade.
Who's that?
Luke's
wife.
wife.
Okay.
She's a force sensitive Jedi Master. Eventually, she's a scoundrel. She used to be like Palpatine's right hand person.
Okay.
Eventually
I'm
turned
still.
into
I
his
think.
wife.
I think.
She's a
Clone
ginger
Luke is
too,
my
so
favorite.
take one wisely.
That's why I
Yeah.
picked her.
Yeah.
Actually,
Is she a
too,
piece?
she's very.
Brad, is
I
she a
don't know.
piece?
I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's all that matters.
Luke Skywalker married. You think Luke's
Luke
marrying
is a
some
piece.
fucking some bridge troll? No,
No.
Luke's marrying a piece. Get the fuck out of here. She's a.
Especially Rip Luke on the cover. I think remember
like
that poster when he's like jacked?
Yeah, and he's like holding the lightsaber
Yeah,
up, and
Jack Luke.
Leia's
Oh,
at
yeah.
his legs.
That's
like that's
my
not
new
his
answer.
sister.
Jacked Luke.
That's my ideal Jedi right there. Is Winston.
Winston, I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
that.
Check this out. I've shared this with you when I was doing the show notes, but
I probably didn't read it.
yes, you did, because you reacted to it. You said, "Excuse me," and/or building up to shoot
Oh, yeah.
at Hever Castle soon. Location for Naboo in the Phantom Menace.
Sick.
Let's yes.
fucking go.
That's
We haven't seen Naboo after
news.
Padme's death.
Nope.
And that was only for like 2 minutes.
Well, you see it in don't
Well,
you see it
the
in
end of Return of the
Return
Jedi, in the
but that's
special edition.
retrospect. Who gives a fuck?
We get it. Yeah.
And that's only 3 seconds. That's cool.
Fuck yeah.
I keep saying I think
We're all
season
for it.
2 is going to bring all of us around.
Yeah,
on
you're all
Andor.
going to be like,
Not all
you
of
were
us.
so fun.
Yeah,
I
we're
think
gonna be like
season two is
two's
gonna
grit.
do it.
Season 1 is still what it is.
And Matt Navarez and I will be jerking each other off.
That's fine. You guys go ahead.
Or we'll be spraying with
You
lotion.
go right ahead.
It's being reported that Daisy Ridley's role in Episode 10, which is what I'm calling it, is more support than anything.
That's fine.
Did you guys notice this? And they're looking to cast
okay
like a
with it.
young girl and a young boy.
Oh, wait.
I
but
think
wait.
that's a smart move.
Why do that when you have Finn right there? Make Finn be the main.
I agree, but this is 15 years after.
Yeah, I don't think you need Finn
Dude,
being.
Finn
he's
could be a
too old.
full-fledged Jedi Knight Master by
Well,
the
he
time.
needs to be top 3 character or something. Because like, come on.
That's if John Boyega wants to do it.
True.
I doubt he comes back.
Yeah.
Period.
I want him to.
Money
I would
too.
love
Come
to
on.
see
We all would
Finn's
love
story.
him to. I don't
like
think
so
there's
bad.
any actual fan that doesn't want him. We all want him.
Yeah, I just don't think he does it. I think he's gonna.
So a little bit more
Say no.
information about those upcoming films. In a recent interview with Games Radar Plus, Kathleen Kennedy, boo, boo. Yeah, all right, everybody calm down. Discussed the possibility of a link between Rey's new Jedi Order film and James Mangold's movie about the origins of the Force. She went on to say while eating chicken wings. I think what's always great about Star Wars is it's a big galaxy, and we're coming off what was a major war with the First Order, and now Rey has made a promise to Luke, and that's really the core of where we're going and what the story will be. And I think it offers just tremendous opportunity to introduce new characters and start with something fresh, because we culminated with what George Lucas was creating, and now we take all of that and move it into the next chapter. It was something that James Mangold immediately sparked to, and I think it was really nice compliment to what we're doing with moving into the future with Rey, and then understanding a bit more of where this all came from, because it will be at the heart of creating the new Jedi Order. So to get a real sense of where that might have began with Dawn of the Jedi could be pretty cool.
I trust in James Mangold. He won me complete. I mean, not that he needed to win me over, because Logan was a fucking masterclass.
Still best movie I've seen him done. Yeah,
by far.
Ooh, Logan's so
that's
good.
a masterclass in storytelling. He just kind of solidified the fact that I love.
Did you
this
see
guy,
his
so
comments?
let's go.
How he's kind of like not happy that they're doing another Wolverine story with after
should
Logan.
be.
He should.
I don't
be.
blame him.
Have you seen Logan?
No.
Oh, it's beautiful,
dude. If you like comic book movies, you gotta see that fucking movie.
Hence why I haven't.
You. I don't like him, but I see all of them.
No, not necessarily. He hasn't seen Doctor Strange. He hasn't seen.
Yeah, the last comic book thing I saw, I think, was probably Spider-Man. Not the cartoon one.
You're acting like that was a decade ago.
Well, they
It
put
was
out,
in December 21.
They've also put out
Was it really?
75
Yeah.
comic book things since then.
That's true.
They put out one,
But you
a
like
week.
Spider-Man, and you like
Used to.
comic book things. You like comic book things.
I don't own any non-Star Wars comics, so that's not true.
All right.
Like, I like Star Wars,
right.
and I used to like
All
comics.
right.
He's got a one special comic. It's like a Playboy from 1968.
We don't talk about that one.
It's
That's
full
called the
bush.
sticky comic.
Yeah.
Full bush.
Those pages stuck together, bro.
Can't can't get him. No, I thought you liked Spider-Man, like comic book stuff more than that.
Used to.
That's
Before the dark times.
When they were good.
Before the dark times.
That's all I got.
All right, that's
Did
all
I miss
I got.
anything?
I'm done.
We talked a lot about Indy
I hate
5.
Evan.
You hate Evan? Jeez.
I hate you.
Wait, 10
I
minutes
hate
ago he
you.
said he loves me. I'm so
Of course
confused.
I know.
Of course, I'm kidding.
Yes, about one of them.
We respect everyone's opinion on this show, and
I had to get it up there. Thanks for indulging us, guys. This has been the Random Jedi Talk middle of We're Off This Week clip show extravaganza. Follow us at Jedi Talk Podcast on Instagram, youtube.com/Jedi Talk for randomness. And remember, you downloaded it. It's your fault.
Little balls deep of cows.
Ah, she was over. She was over. She was
down
in the
under.
video, but she came down from a land down under.
That's what that furry thing bobbing in and out of frame was.
Yeah, I had to edit most of that out. She's very, very thick
It
hair.
was distracting. That's why you didn't realize to put the emitter on.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks.
I know one day I'm going to meet this poor woman, and I'm not going to be able to look her in the eyes.
You never have before, so.
Holy shit!
It's wow.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow, that was. I'm seeing spots. I'm laughing so hard. Holy shit! Evan coming in.
Evan,
Guess who's not going to say shit next week on Fourth Mother Box? Holy shit!
the delivery, the timing,
That was so
the
quick.
content.